Hey everybody, welcome to another one of our 5 minutes on topics. This one is actually a topic specifically from a reader when we did the last video, and she wanted to say, hey, I want y'all to talk about submission. Husband and wife, do you deal with the whole, how do you deal with the whole wife submit to your husband love and respect your wife, all that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to spend 5 minutes on today. Should be fun.
With our lovely helper Andy, who's a Mr. Fussy Pants, so he can't stay by himself. He's a mama's boy.
So he's with us today. It's all about being off the cuff. So here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
5 minute timer?
5 minute timer. And go.
Well, first let me do a little bit of definition. A lot of people, especially men, want to define submission as, woman, you are my slave. That is not how it is, right?
Right.
So if I were to tell you, woman, get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich, your response?
I would laugh.
But then she'd probably make me a sandwich because she loves to be in the kitchen. But if I said, woman...
But it wouldn't be a good sandwich. There'd be something on there like X-Lax or...
Or it could be a knuckle sandwich. But anyway, that's not the definition. The other thing that a lot of times I hear is when you hear, women submit to your husbands or wives submit to your husbands, that the man is completely and 100% in charge, and that's not true either, at least physically. The husband may have the final say, and we'll talk about that in a second probably, but the man does not get to make all the decisions. That's not how it works.
He has a helpmate.
Exactly.
Me!
So if everything fell on my shoulders, I would be wrong many times. I am wrong many times. I'm glad that we can share the responsibility.
He's mostly not wrong, and that makes me mad sometimes.
Well, I'll talk about it from a real common example that I hear and see is the budget. If I had the final say on everything and did the final say on everything, then our budget would be all about what I wanted and not anything of what she wanted, because my selfish nature is I want what I want.
But we don't really fight over it. We've been doing the budget for 10 years, so we don't really fight about that or anything. And if I want something, all I have to do is ask. And he's only told me no a few times.
So two things there. Number one, the man is not completely in charge, and it does not mean the wife is the slave. So let's get that out of the way first.
It means you work together, but the man has the final say. Oh, I'm going to get some nasty comments about that one right there. But I got to tell you, ladies, as a wife who tries to have biblical submission, I actually like that he has the final say, because that takes a lot of stress off me, and if he makes a bad choice, hey, it wasn't my fault.
Well, let me also add something to that.
It was his fault.
Yeah, but let me add something. Hold on there just a second.
Okay,
it's, I'm as a man, I am privileged to not ever have to give birth to a child or any of those other fun womanly things, and I'm okay with that. I don't want to have that responsibility. But let me say something a little controversial. The responsibility that I have as a man, as the leader of my family from a spiritual standpoint, is much greater. Because one day I'm going to have to give an account to God of what I did, and even more, what did I do as the leader of my family. I'm responsible. I have the final responsibility for my family, my entire family. So, because God said Adam is first and Eve is to submit to him, to be his helpmate, and that's sort of the model that we've got is wives submit to your husband. Don't forget, guys, that men, you're supposed to love your wives as Christ loved the church, died for her, that whole thing.
Those two things have to go together.
Absolutely.
A husband has to love his wife like God loves the church, or a wife will have a hard time being. I mean, they have to work together. You don't have one without the other.
And so let's talk about this also from the angle of respect, because many times the argument on this whole issue comes about that the man and the woman don't respect each other. And I think it's because, first off, they get those definitions wrong, or secondly, they may get them right, but they take them so to an extreme that they can't allow themselves to understand they are a team. My wife is much better at plenty of things than I will ever be. Stacy is awesome at things that I'm not awesome at, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let her go work on a construction project because it just isn't her skill. We talked about this a little while ago with chores. Construction's just not her thing. I can cook, but it's not going to be quite as awesome as her. So just like everything else, you work in your strengths.
And she wanted to know how I submitted to my husband.
Yeah, talk about that.
Okay. try to let him have the final say. There have only been a few times since we were married that I actually blatantly defied him, but the funny thing is, I said, I am defying you. I told you I didn't do it behind your back. But they were just sort of piddly things. But how do I submit? I ask him, and whatever he says, I do. Do I always do it with a good attitude? No, I don't always have a good attitude. I am weak. But, like I said before, I sort of like that he has the final say. I like that he has a man's opinion, which most of the time is not as emotional as my opinion. So I let him have the final say, but I do always ask. Oh.
5 minutes.
So, that's how Stacy is submissive. I ask, and because we are Christians, he does almost always give me a biblical answer, which is good, because that's the whole basis of this conversation, I think.
Yeah.
We can't expect non-believers to behave like we are instructed in the Word.
Yeah, and men, you can't wear the pants only when the wife allows you to put them on. You have to say, I wear the pants, I'm responsible, the buck stops here, that type of thing.
Oh, we're going to get some nasty comments on that one, too.
You totally got to have the responsibility. Ooh. You got to take the responsibility, guys. Come on.
Okay, but that's our 5 minutes. Andy was very good.
Yeah.
We like it when y'all give us topics, but we already have one for next time. Next time we're going to talk about...
Oh, no, don't tell them.
Oh.
Don't tell them. Okay. It'll be a surprise.
I hate surprises.
That's okay. I like surprises.
Okay. But anyway, if you have any questions about being submissive, you can leave them in the comments. Make them nice. Ooh, please. Okay. Bye.
Bye.